I'm sorry, there must be a mistake. This job is for a housekeeper.
That's me, Mr. Goodmouth.
Nah, he's a jerk. Hey, so, how you doing, Kirk?
Pretty good.
Pretty good, you son of a gun, you. You and Elaine seen a lot of each other, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you son of a gun, you.
That's why I stopped.
It's all right. You proved yourself. You got in the ring, you stared him down, and let me throw in the washcloth.
That's towel, Angela.
From TV shows like Taxi and Who's the Boss to Broadway hits like The Producers and Honeymoon in Vegas, actor Tony Danza has a lot to sing about. Now he's bringing his live show Standards and Stories to Houston, combining classic music with hilarious stories from his life.
I don't like to drop names, you know. Don't drop names. My friend Bobby De Niro told me that. But I took my troubles down to Madame Ruth. You know that gypsy with the gold-capped tooth. She's got a pad down on 34th and Vine. She sells little bottles of Love Potion #9.
And he plays the ukulele. Joining us is actor, singer, and Broadway star Tony Danza. Good morning, Tony.
Good morning, Deborah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You know, we're going to go back over the story of your life here. Brooklyn native, and you're like it's kind of like if you think about a Brooklyn native, Anthony Salvatore La Danza. Your mom was a bookkeeper, your dad was a waste collector.
No. See, right away, you're trying to be like you're on the inside, and then you mess it up.
Oh, I'm not on the inside. I'm not.
It's not La Danza.
Oh.
It's Anthony Danza.
Danza. Okay, thank you very much.
Here's the story. So I was a fighter, and I had a fight manager, Joe Scorsia. He said to me one day, it was after my first fight, he said, you know what would be great? He said, you see, on the posters, they make posters and you have your name and it moves up as you do better. And that's how they used to tell time in the old fight movies. Well, on the bottom it said Tony Danza. And he said to me, you know what would be good? Tough Tony Danza.
Oh.
And I said, gee, I don't know if I got to change my name. He says, well, yeah. I said, I got to ask my father. So I go home and I ask my father, I said, Dad, Joe wants me to be Tough Tony Danza. He said, what's the matter? He doesn't like the Aya? so that's what it is. Aya Danza. That's what it was.
Now I'm on the inside, or a little bit closer.
Now you know.
Now I know. All right. Finish this sentence for me. When you're a little kid and someone said, what do you want to be when you grow up? What was your thought?
When I was a little kid, I think sports were a big part of my life. I think, I really wasn't. Unfortunately, I wish somebody would have handed me a ukulele when I was 10. When I was 10, as opposed to when I finally got. I really didn't take advantage of my youth. I think that's the one thing that I'm most. So I look back on and go, gee, boy, why did I waste all that time? I wasn't interested in much. Sports, girls, but that was about it.
But it worked out for you, Tony, because you went to college on a wrestling scholarship. You have a tattoo that says "Keep Punching," but as a joke, friends entered you into the NYC Golden Gloves tournament, and that would be the foundation for you getting discovered.
No, what happened was I fought in the gloves for a couple of years, and I got hooked. I loved boxing. I thought it was the thing I was supposed to do. And then I turned pro, and I was a club fighter. I fought all around New York City, and then like you say, one day somebody special walked in and said to me, "Do you ever think about being an actor?" And the rest is somehow crazy, some crazy story, but somehow I end up in Jim Brooks's office, the creator of Taxi, and I got the part. I don't know how I did.
But it was cool. And you got the part, but you had almost, being a boxer, that was part of the deal. That kind of wrapped the part around you.
It was actually, the part was written for a guy named Phil Ryan, an Irish heavyweight, and then they met me. In fact, when I got there that day, there was 20 guys there, blonde, 200 pounds. I thought I was in the wrong place. And that's when I had brown hair too. So, so it was just I don't know. It's the kind of break that only dreamers can dream of.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you had brown hair then, but you're a silver fox now. All right. When it comes to shows like
By the way,
Taxi,
I look like this because I was trying to get my workout in. I got a rehearsal at 11 o'clock, so I tried to get my workout in before before the interview, and it's a long story.
you're committed. You're committed. All right. When it comes to shows like Taxi, it still plays today. You know, my son watches it, and you had such a great opportunity in this particular show because it does still play today, and that's a sign of great comedy and great storytelling.
It's one of the greatest shows of all time. I mean, and yeah, I always look at it this way too. For me, those actors, they had all those people that studied, they done, worked on their craft, they knocked around in Hollywood, they got this show. It's the greatest. It's going to have the best writers, the best director. It's going to have the best time slot. It's going to be right after the #1 show. Oh, but there's one thing. We found this boxer in New York. He hasn't really worked professionally before, but we're going to put him in the show. And they absolutely welcomed me with open arms, and it's why I was able to be successful.
Yeah.
I mean,
y'all are still friends today. You still stay in contact?
we get together a lot. We have a monthly Zoom. We have we really are. It's one of the closest bunches of people. And it's mostly because of Mary Lou. Mary Lou Henner's the straw that stirs the drink.
And then, of course, we know Who's the Boss came along, and about the housekeeper and the single father, which introduced another theme to people.
Yeah, I went to Columbia, and they said we got 3 ideas for you. In one, you were a tough New York City detective. In another pilot, you're a daring helicopter pilot. And in the third, you're a housekeeper for a woman and a mother and her son. And I don't know what the housekeeper sounded fun. I could make that funny. I just thought I could make it funny. And thank goodness I picked the housekeeper.
No, that's another one that still plays today. All right, and then you going on to Hollywood Nights and Angels in the Outfield and Crash and Dawn. It's interesting doing a sitcom. You know that I'm not on the inside. I've done a little bit of it, but certainly not to any big degree. But when you do something like a sitcom, it's one thing. When you do film, you got to wait for it.
It's a little different. It's a different technique, of course. Everything's a little different. The stage is a little different. You can be bigger, and what I do in the show, this show that I'm bringing, it's like remember the old TV variety shows? You'd have a host and then a lot of different acts. Mm-hmm. Well, in this show, I'm the host and all the acts. And I try to give the people a show. I want them to. It's a throwback in that kind of way. It's not just a comic or just a singer or just a dancer. It's a show.
Yeah, and what's so great about this show, though, and your stories is that you've done a lot. We mentioned the movies. You did Broadway plays. You were a teacher teaching 10th grade English in Philadelphia, and that experience became.
I was listening, Deborah. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I was listening to Tony, the first Tony.
Yes.
And he was talking about acting and what it does. I have an acting program here in the city. It's called the Stars of Tomorrow Project, and you can go online and see it if you'd like. And it's a free acting, voice, movement and wellness program for New York City high school kids. We solicit it to high schools, and it's incredibly right now. This is something that I just can't resist telling you. Right now, one of my kids, he came to the program 6 years ago, didn't want to go to college, wasn't really interested in acting. I said, "What'd you come here for?" She said, "Well, it was free, and I thought there might be girls. It's acting." So anyway, he's playing Romeo in Shakespeare in the Park this summer at the Delacorte.
That is so cool. God. Can I just tell you right now?
His name is Daniel Hernandez. He's wonderful. Yeah. He's really wonderful.
Tony is sitting here right now.
We have a program, but our slogan is when you teach a kid how to act, you teach a kid how to act. And so there's a tremendous amount of similarities between life and what you have to do as an actor.
Absolutely.
And so,
And you just made Tony's day. He was sitting over there because he wanted to stay and watch your interview. But
Hey,
it's like-
Tony.
yeah.
Hey, Tony, how are you?
Okay, I can
I'm
just
well,
leave
sir.
now because
Nice to meet you.
they're having a Tony love fest right now. We can just
So
leave now.
it's Tony and Tony.
Yeah.
I call Deborah D square, so I'm going to start calling us T square.
T squared. There you go. There you go. Oh my gosh. Well, Tony, you're going to be at Docks Houston, which Docks is first of all, it's a historical building here in Houston. Lots of people debuted there, but you'll be there. It's such a great atmosphere. It is your traditional like supper club, if you will, and it's a perfect place for you to come and tell your stories.
No, it's really it's a fun act. I got 4 of the best musicians you've ever heard. They really together. They make it sound like a lot more than 4. And you know, one of the things you try to do when you have this kind of a show is try to make a connection, and that connection is what we try to go for. And I think you know if you come, Deborah, please come say hello.
I will come say hello. Now, when I get up there,
Say
don't act
hello.
like you don't know me.
Oh no, I totally brush you off immediately. You know that.
Okay, so thank you so much for spending time with us this morning. Get back to your workout. But okay, speaking of workouts,
Thank you very
wait,
much. Yes, dear. Hey, Tom,
Tony.
take care. Good luck.
Wait. There's one thing I am on the inside in, and that is the workout thing. Watch. Look at this right here. There you go, Tony.
Whoa, whoa.
Oh wow.
There you
Okay.
go. There you
That's
go.
pretty good. What? I can make. Well, let's see if I can.
Oh,
Okay, there you go.
oh, I could do that too, but somehow I think I shouldn't.
Yeah, but that's gotta work. Yeah, that's
Tony.
not for the morning TV. You know that.
Thank you very much. I can't wait to see you. We're going to give people
All right,
details
bye-bye,
right
Deborah.
now.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks
Tony,
very much.
Yes, Tony Danza takes his live show, Standards and Stories, to Docks for the first time next Thursday, July 30th at 7 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. So 2 shows. Tickets are still available. For more information, visit greatdayhouston.com. And again, that's at Docks next Thursday.